Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid here. Welcome back to the Desert Island miniseries. In today's episode, we take a look back at 1992. What are we drinking today?
Today we're drinking, I don't know how to put this, but this IPA is kind of a big deal by EvilTwin Brewery. It's a double dry hopped, double IPA.
I am confused. You know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a beer if you care to, and let's travel back to 1992.
Tubers and trolls, Chris here with Telesplash Gaming, one of the OG members of the Brew Crew with you, and you're watching my buddies Robert and Wes live out their nerd fantasies, drinking beer and playing games at Gaming Off the Grid.
All right, here we are. It is 1992. Wow. Thanks for joining us in this retro time travel session. A look back at 1992, the video games, the music, the movies. I'll let you start it off.
Okay, so I wasn't alive yet in 1992, but I've grown to appreciate things that are older than me, like wine, people, entertainment. So we're gonna jump into music. Man, 1992 was awesome. I'm a huge fan of 90s grunge, and like back then, it was just on fire. I feel like it was so cool, dude. And not only that, just the music in general was on fire. Automatic for the People, REM, great album. Yep. The Chronic by Dr. Dre, huge rap album.
Rap was great. The gangster rap.
Oh yeah, I love the 90s rap. Then you got Dirt, Alice in Chains, going back to the grunge. Core by Stone Temple Pilots. So cool.
It was a really weird era for music. I've always felt like that time frame in music was one of the rare times where real people and real bands were getting the spotlight shined on them, you know? Like your next door neighbors really had a chance to be a great band and make something happen. It felt like music and entertainment was for the youth. It really did. It was a youth movement of sorts that I've never seen, and I honestly don't think we'll ever see again.
I don't think so. I totally agree with like every aspect of entertainment. It was just and it was kind of edgy too.
Yeah, it was.
Which was awesome. So I'm going to jump into my pick for a Desert Island album, and I'm going to go with Rage Against the Machine, their self-titled album. Dude, this album is so good. I'm a huge fan of Rage Against the Machine. Their music always gets me amped, and like the bass lines, the riffs, it's awesome. I know they're kind of a political band, and I kind of just ignore that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But their self-titled album, I have it on vinyl. It's so good. There's so many great tracks. Killing in the Name Of, Bomb Track, Know Your Enemy, Wake Up. Dude, I listen to those tracks still. It gets me so amped.
Yeah, they were definitely another band that you just listen to, and like when you were younger, it's kind of like, man, am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
Like listening to this, you just felt that edge, that angst, and man, there was just something about it. It's hard to explain. Those of you that know what we're talking about, though, it really hits home.
What is your album?
It's hands down, it's got to be Dirty by Sonic Youth.
Ooh.
I have spun this album so many times. It's probably in like the top 10 albums like that I've ever like listened to the most in my life. I love this record. Obviously, you got the hits. You got 100%. You got Sugarcane. But I've always loved Wish Fulfillment, and then Chapel Hill. Back in the days when the battles raged, and I just like. Man, it takes me back to a really cool time where I wasn't listening to this in 92 because I would have been 6 years old, but when I really started getting into playing guitar and writing music, I'll never forget, I think it was Ryan that got me into Sonic Youth, and it was just like it was a rabbit hole. I love like just something about their dynamics, their sound, their songs on this record. So if you listen to Sonic Youth, a lot of it I think the average consumer would be like, what is happening? You know, it wasn't very linear, right? Yeah. This was kind of an album where they shown that they could write in a more pop rock song way, I guess, like with hooks and like a 4-minute rock song. I just love Dirty. I think it's a really cool album, and it's a atypical Sonic Youth record because, like I said, it is more, you can tell it's a major label release.
I've never listened to it.
It is fantastic.
But I'm going to change that now.
We'll have to put it on.
We're going to spin it. Music is so awesome, and you know what else I love besides music is movies. Dude, 1992, movies were great too. Batman Returns, I'm a huge fan of Batman. Aladdin, dude, I grew up watching the Disney.
Those are both great.
Those are great movies. Wayne's World, dude, so funny. Then you got Home Alone 2, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies. That and the first one, Few Good Men, You Can't Handle the Truth. Dude, such a great...
Wayne's World, on the weekly, I say that someone is a Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
My pick for movie from 1992 has to be Reservoir Dogs by Tarantino. This is the first Tarantino film I ever saw, and I think it might be his first full-length film, if I am correct.
You don't need proof when you have instinct.
It's so cool, dude. It's about a bank robbery, but they never show the bank robbery. Like, I thought that was so cool, and it was my
Just
first...
like the plan.
Yeah, no, well, it's like afterwards, you know?
Okay.
And it was my first time ever seeing a Tarantino film, and the way he tells his stories, like, it's not in order, and it's just... they like are running from the cops. It's so cool. Such an awesome movie. I just remember, I've seen it so many times. It's awesome. And Steve Buscemi's in it, and he's just a funny guy.
Awesome.
How about if I'm Mr. Purple? I mean, that sounds good to me. I'll be Mr. Purple.
You're not Mr. Purple. Some guy on some other job is Mr. Purple. You're Mr. Pink.
Big fan of Boardwalk Empire. That's one of my favorite shows ever.
Never seen that. But
Now I've got a confession to make.
never seen it?
I've never seen Reservoir.
Oh my god, dude. It's really good. Yeah, so they never show the bank robbery. It's just them trying to decide what to do with the money, and they're being chased.
We got to get it on VHS.
Oh, we do.
We
And
have to.
We're gonna binge it, and we're not gonna get anything done. It's so good. What is your movie?
So I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this one because this movie, you know, for the movie purist, does not fall into like an all-time film. But from this year, like this is a hands down choice for me. Encino Man.
Oh my god.
I cannot stop wheezing the juice. I just can't stop. Grindage, dude, Link. There's so many things in this movie. When they're watching wrestling in the living room, I feel like this movie captures 90s culture.
Oh, it does.
Or at least how I was feeling it in that time frame. I was 6 at the time that this came out, but when I really seen this movie for the first time, it was probably like 94. I was really into skate culture, that alt-rock culture. I was the kid in Airwalks, Jinkos, chain wallet, skating.
Oh my.
Skating with the kids on my street, and we were staying up later than we should, and just really living life like what we felt at the time, like on the edge, and that bond. And I feel like just something about this movie, when I put it in, it takes me back to that time frame where I just felt like anything could happen in the world. I had no responsibilities. Man, my chain wallet, dude. Massimo chain wallet with my Jinkos and Airwalks. I was like in 3rd, 4th grade, and I was like hanging out with kids that were like middle school, high school, and I was like the only kid that could like ollie over the curb. I was like their young protege. And man, this just takes me back to that time.
Dude, I think I've only seen that movie like once or twice and on TV, so I've seen parts here and there. But Brendan Fraser, Pauly Shore.
I love Pauly Shore. I've actually seen...
so ridiculous.
Dude, he is, and I've seen him do stand-up a couple times. I actually got...
Have you really?
Yeah, I got to meet him once. Man, it's crazy. He's just... I've always thought he's really funny, and his acting skills, a lot of people will rip him to shreds, but I always enjoyed his films, and I love Encino Man.
Where's the juice? No, where's the juice?
We're gonna watch that after we find Reservoir Dogs on VHS.
Yeah.
So moving on, video games. We're a gaming channel. 92, Super Nintendo. This was a great era of video games, I think. You got Mortal Kombat came out, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, you got Mega Man 4 and 5 came out, you got Kirby's Dream Land.
Streets of Rage 2, don't forget
Streets
about
of Rage
that.
2, great, iconic games that are still huge today.
And we mentioned a lot of Genesis games there, so cheers to the Genesis.
Yeah,
we were
'cause those are
both
staples,
Nintendo
yeah.
kids, but man, it was doing its thing. But we're going to bring 2 Super Nintendo games to the table today. I'm going to let Mr. No Death Run himself take the stage here.
So, my game from 92 is Contra 3, The Alien Wars. Dude, this might be, at this moment of filming, my favorite Contra game. It's so hard, but I feel like I'm decent at it. And I know Death ran it on normal, so that's pretty freaking impressive. But dude, this game is badass. It took the regular Contra and Super C and just made it better, I felt like. I mean, those games are great, but Contra 3 is just such a fantastic game. Ever since I started playing this a couple months ago, I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I can't argue with your pick, but I will offer up a pick that through my childhood and into my adulthood, I still play a ton. So this is more... I didn't play Contra 3 as a kid. This is more like recently have discovered it, love the game.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But a game that's been with me literally since probably right around probably 94, I would say, is Super Mario Kart.
Ooh, yes.
I love this game, and when I look back at the franchise, I still love this game. I don't think it's the best entry in the franchise, but there are parts of it that I still love. The simplicity, I love the tracks, and I also love the battle mode. I think it's the best battle mode that's been in any Mario Kart.
I mean, that's debatable. But, I mean, it is great, and it started a huge franchise, a huge series. it's fun to go back and play that because my first Mario Kart I think was on the 64.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to revisit that. That's a great bit.
Yeah, I love that game, and I like it more in Mario Kart 64. Some of the stuff after that, like the GameCube, the Wii U, and then the Switch version.
Yeah.
So it'd be 8, I guess, for both of them. I wouldn't say I like it more than those, but I can always go back to this game and get my thrills. I love it. It's a gift that keeps on giving. It's been with me for a long time.
Damn, dude, this whole setup, all of our picks are just. This could be a day right here.
Yeah.
It'd be a fantastic day.
Yeah, absolutely. 92 is on fire. This beer, I got this for you because I thought it would be one that you would really like, and that was a blind choice. I didn't know what it tasted like. It's called, I don't know how to put this, but this IPA is kind of a big deal.
By EvilTwin Brewery. EvilTwin we have on this pedestal. Every beer I've had, or mostly every beer I've had from them is so good. And with a name like that, they're like, dude, this is our IPA. We're pushing this hard. It's a double dry hopped IPA that's 10%, so that's a banger. And when I read that, I was like, dude, EvilTwin, 10%. They're saying this is a really great IPA. I thought it was going to be super hoppy, super punchy, super aggressive. But it's not. This is a really enjoyable IPA, and it's smooth.
The raw wildflower honey is what kind of got me.
I think that I've never seen anything with raw wildflower honey, and I think that is what smooths this out. And also the double dry hop. I feel like double dry hop things are usually smoother.
Yeah.
And this, dude, it has great taste. I feel like even if you're not a fan of IPAs, you would enjoy this because it's just so smooth and it's refreshing.
Yep.
You don't notice that it's 10%, so that's dangerous.
So I get that honey. I definitely get it on the finish. There is definitely a honey tongue coating element to this. I also, it's worth noting, this beer is very chunky.
Oh,
I was just holding it up to the light just to observe.
There's so many
particles floating in
and
there.
It's so cloudy. It kind of looks like a juicy, hazy IPA.
Yeah. I always love unfiltered beers for whatever reason. I just typically, if it's unfiltered, I'm going to enjoy it to some extent. I really like this beer. And I was going to be interested to hear what your review was because I like the punchy, kick you in the nuts IPAs. I'm not a big fan of. I'm starting to really get into this style.
I mean, this is
smooth,
really good.
It is,
and I'm a huge fan of kick you in the face IPAs. But holy crap, the name lived up to what this is. I say, this is really good.
It's definitely a great IPA for sure. 92, holy smokes, that was a fun journey. Setting up for this episode, making our picks and that. It's man, that was a really cool time. Really cool moment in history. It was just a time right before, really, the internet really took off.
Yep.
You had that little pocket there at the beginning of the 90s where it was a time we'll never see again. Obviously, you can't go backwards, and you can't not have the internet. And
no, you can't. People would freak out.
You didn't know how to beat video games back then unless you talked about it with kids on the playground, the school bus, whatever it was.
I think it was simpler times.
It was. And it was cool, though, because you could feel there was something happening, and the youth really had America, I feel like, during that time frame. It was really cool.
It did. I just want to say thank you to BDB Entertainment for suggesting to do 1992. If you want to see a year that's done, please let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, absolutely. We always appreciate you guys tuning in and subscribing to the channel. Thanks for traveling with us back to 1992. Keep gaming, keep drinking. We'll see you next time right here on Gaming Off the Grid.
Yes, I don't remember because I wasn't born yet, but I was almost born. 2 years later, I will be born.
I was 6, and I was picking up sticks.
You probably were, to be honest.
Hey guys, Gaming Off the Grid. Hey guys. Ooh, blueberry. You want to come backstage and ask Stone Cold for an autograph, son? You better bring some beer. And that's the bottom line.